Well, hello. If you're listening to this show in replay, and I'm going to bet that you are listening to this in replay, know that there's a couple of things you can do. The first thing you can do is fast forward past this spot and get right into the show, where we start with video. Oh, but I do see we have Tanya. Tanya, my friend. I wonder if that's my same friend, Tanya. Yes, I hope so. It's good to see you here. The show will be starting in about a minute or a minute and a half. I don't do readings on this show, but it's a positive show and it's all about love and racism and the caste system in the United States. Also, remember, if the screen doesn't seem to fit, the video doesn't fit your screen, know that you can pinch the image down and it'll come right into frame, which is good. I'm glad, because when it's focused on just me and it's a close-up, it's just all messed up. There's a couple of things you can do during the show. You can hit any of the three emojis that are across the bottom, which is the laugh emoji, the clap emoji, or the party sound emoji, anytime during the show. And we will hear it, the audience will hear it, everyone will hear it. And again, the show will be starting in just about a minute, maybe a little bit less, and we'll be here live on video. And remember, anytime during the show, you can chime in, ask to speak. If you want to come to the stage, you can do that. And you can ask a question or a comment. You can type that in and press send. Also, just hit that ask button. But the show will be starting in just any moment now. Welcome. There we go. We got audio now. Welcome to Poetic People Fighting Racism, Double PFR. I'm your host, Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the man about love. And that's right here on Fireside. But here at Double PFR, we discuss racism and the caste system in the United States of America through poetry, through art, through music, using the voices of our souls, using the strength of our ancestors to heal the fractured country we live in and die in. Here at Double PFR, all souls are welcome. All people are welcome. Welcome to discuss the racism we live in. Come on in. We'll put our arms around you, providing a safe place for you, a home to protect you, a place where you're surrounded by hope, where you're surrounded by compassion, where you're surrounded by empathy, forgiveness, and love. And I'd love for you to come in with me, to stand by me, to see what we can do to change this country, to change the people that live in this country. I welcome you to Double PFR with so much love, So welcome everyone that's here. Ooh-wee. What a day. What a night. It's just incredible. Jill, can you, let me see. Some people I can see by their emojis, even though my glasses, with this new stuff they have on here, the font is so little.
I'll be happy to tell you who's here.
Okay, well, you can help me with that. But I believe the first one is Giselle.
It is.
Yes, we have Giselle.
Hi, Giselle.
And then I see hi, Giselle, and I see Connie and Ronaldo, and I see, is this Marie? Maria?
No, Marianne.
Oh, guess I didn't see that one.
It's Marianne.
Are you sure? That's not what I see.
You see Maria, but if you click on it, you'll see the rest of her name.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. So,
And Tanya.
and Tanya. Oh, I am so happy that all of you are here. And in the South, we would say that y'all are here. We're so happy y'all are here. Y'all are here now. Okay. So I'm glad you're here. And remember, anytime during the show, you can raise your hand, hit that button to request to speak, because I love to talk to people on this show, especially well, actually on all the shows. I like to talk to people. So, but this show especially, because sometimes people feel like it's not their place to chime in. But this is the perfect place to chime in and ask any question you ever wanted to know about racism and the caste system in the United States. Anything at all, even if you just have a statement. And you will never be met with hostility here. It's all about love. It really is. I just want to spread love so we can learn to get along with each other. Uh, oh, Jill, you didn't have anything to say? Okay. Well, first thing I'm going to do. Oh, so for those of you that are here for the first time, I usually do one poem per show. And then afterwards, I or we can discuss the poem and what was in it and what's the meaning of it or what the meaning was when I wrote it. All of these poems come from a manuscript I have written called "Living and Dying," and I'm not even trying to get it published right now, but maybe later. Maybe later. Right now, I use it in this show. So that's what I do with that. But I want to do some housekeeping first and bring people up to date. So on June 24th, we did our first poetry slam right here on Poetic People Fighting Racism. And it went very well. And there was money and prizes and some great poets. And there were also great judges. So we had two amazing judges, and one was named Diamond Moore, and the other one is Lucinda Clark. And Lucinda Clark is the founder of the Poetry Matters Project in Georgia, and she does a lot of good work. I mean, a lot of good work, and she puts in her own time, and more people should do stuff like that. And actually, that is what me and Really Charlie of the Really Charlie podcast did for the Poetry Slam. We put our own money and time and asked for no money to enter or anything else, just so some great poets could do their work and actually win some money. So that was a good thing. That's us giving back to the community, and we loved it. It was really enjoyable. We're deciding whether we're going to do it next year again or not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Now, there's an update on me. Okay. On July 4th, on July 4th, and this actually connects to Lucinda Clark, that was one of the judges. So after the poetry slam, she sent out a email stating that there was a radio station in Georgia, specifically in Savannah, Georgia. It was WRUU 107.5 in Savannah, Georgia. And the show that put out this shout out and was called Barnstormers Cookbook, which sounds like it's got nothing to do with poetry. Okay. But what they do, and the host there is Carol Dion Anthony, and she showcases like the movers and shakers in the creative world. So well, let me back up. So there was guidelines to the poems they wanted. So She wanted a poem about, and this was on the 4th of July, what does freedom mean to you? And what do you treasure most about freedom? So I sent mine in. I said, what? I send it in. I'm thinking Lucinda helped me by being a judge. Maybe I can put in this submission to help represent Lucinda. And it was also a 30-second prompt. So the poem could only be 30 seconds. And I was thinking, that's easy. No problem. I can write a 30-second poem, zippity zip. No problem. And I wrote it pretty quickly, but it was 2 minutes and 45 seconds when I finished. So I kept working on it. And I got it down to 30 minutes. I'm still stuck on minutes. 30 seconds. So I got it down to 30 seconds. And I actually like that challenge. It's a lot more difficult to get concise thoughts down in poetry, especially with the prompt of freedom. So anyway, so I just sent it in, and seems mine was the only poem that was selected. I thought they were going to play many poems, several poets, because they're only 30 seconds, but they only selected mine. So I was really surprised. So I figured I would play that poem for all of you, and it's only 30 seconds, so we don't have to get into it too long, but I do want to discuss it after I play it. So I'm going to play it as it aired on Barnstormer's cookbook. So in 3, 2, Jill, did you need to say anything? Oh, all right. And 3, 2, 1. A country melted together from birth, taught to cherish only shades of white. Through some eyes, my skin is smooth, dark, brown, tan, light, and beautiful. Through white eyes, my skin is inferior, bad, foul, and ugly. Is my skin free, or am I more like an oak tree that only sways in the wind? Treasure your freedom, and I do. I only feel the chains my eyes can't see. Ooh, that was it. So that is the poem that aired on WRUU in Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 on the dial, and Carol is doing good work there. I'd like to open the floor if anyone wants to talk about the poem or what they thought of it or anything else. If you don't want to, it's okay. It's not a problem. I can just keep talking all by myself, and it's not a big problem. So that is the first poem of the night. Now, but the poem I'm going to do later is called Love and Forgiveness. And, the title of this episode is Forgiveness. But in the meantime, I want to go through this 30-second poem really quickly. So the poem starts out by saying, a country melted together from birth. That's pretty self-explanatory. This country was melting people together from its inception. People coming from Europe, people that were already here. And then when they started with slavery, bringing slaves here, and people from all over the world were coming here. So that's what we talk about, the melting pot of this country. But it was that way from the very beginning, from its inception. But the problem was the Europeans that were here, the people of white skin, were taught that they were superior to anyone else here. So the Native Americans, they were superior to them. When they brought African slaves here, they were superior to the African slaves. When immigrants from China came and they worked a lot on the railroad, again, they looked at them as their inferior. So anyone that did not look like them, that did not look to be of European blood, they looked down on them. So that's all about color. When we think about it, you will look down on a person because they're a different color than you, that they have a darker tan than you, that their pigmentation is different. Yeah, I mean, let's really think about that. When you look at the big picture, is that insane? I think it's insane. I really do. I would never look at a person and say, oh, I don't like them because they're darker than me. I don't like them because they're lighter than me. That's insane to me. To me, it's insane. I hope it's insane to you too, but to me, for sure, it's insane. So, so I get into that with that poem. This is a 30-second poem, and I'm talking way more than 30 seconds about it. So let's see. So where I go through white minds, my skin is inferior, bad, foul, and ugly. You see? Just because of the color of my skin, it is a negative thing. Negative thing. It doesn't matter. A person could be a person that thinks that way, that feels that way, that can see me from 50 yards away and already decide that they don't like me, that I am inferior, which is, again, like insane. Now, I have a line here. So, is my skin free, or am I more like an oak tree? Now, what I meant by that, well, obviously, my skin refers to me, but the oak tree, now, oak trees are really strong. They're strong trees, and they can sway in the wind. But that's about it. An oak tree can't take a step forward or a step sideways or a step backwards. An oak tree has to stay in the place they were planted, that it was planted. And in America, I feel that many people of color feel that way because we're put in a position and society expects us to stay in that position, in that level. When we try to move beyond that level, that's when we're met with problems. That's when we're met with hatred and discrimination, because we're trying to move beyond what someone else decided, the way someone else decided we should live. Someone else has decided what our value is. So that's why I said, or am I more like an oak tree, that only sways in the wind? Now, treasure your freedom. They in the prompt, it wanted to know, what do we treasure most about freedom? And this is where the last two lines get into. So treasure your freedom. And I say, and I do. I do treasure the freedom that I have here, that most of us have here. I really do. I can open a business if I want. I can, in some cases, go to the school I want. I can, in some cases, I can go after the job that I want. but I might not get it. But I do have the freedom to try. So that's what I treasure about freedom. There's many things that I can do. Um, I can buy a home, I can buy a car, I can drive from one end of the country to the other, and no one will stop me, kind of. there's no Gestapo stopping me and saying, show me your papers. Okay. So we don't have that. But the last line in this poem says, I only feel the chains my eyes can't see. So what I'm saying there is, I'm no longer shackled like my ancestors were. So I don't have chains on me, and I'm no longer a slave. My ancestors aren't slaves. There's no one in my family, any of my loved ones or my friends that are slaves that have to work on a property for free. So that's not there. But the part here is I only feel the chains my eyes can't see. So the chains that are on me now are invisible. I can't see them on me. I can't look down and see my ankles shackled. I can't look and see my wrist shackled. And in chains, I can't see it. But with discrimination and racism and the caste system, and I know a lot of people think the caste system is only in India, and that's not really true. That's not really accurate. It is here, and this is why. And we say it all the time, but we don't realize what we're saying. I'm middle class. I'm lower class. I'm upper class. I'm upper middle class. That's a class system. That's a class system. So you could be middle class and white, and you're white middle class. But you're middle class and black, you're below that white middle class. Matter of fact, if you're middle class and black, you're even below poor white people because of the racism that's in this country and the discrimination in this country. So, yes, I do feel the chains I can't see. And I've worked for myself most of my life. And many times in the business world, I was directly discriminated against. In business deals where someone else, a white person was going to try to help me get a contract because I was a subcontractor. Okay. In this case. So he just wanted to help me become just one of the contractors for this particular job. And the man that was in charge of that would not look at me, would not shake my hand. And then he just turned around and kept his back to me the whole time, would not acknowledge me at all. So you might think, oh, that's not such a big deal. But that was a contract that probably would have got me into another door somewhere else. It would have helped me build my business. But that door slammed shut. And I've had things like that happen many times in my life. where people would just try to tear me down for no other reason than for the color of my skin. Insane. Poof. It's mind blowing. It blows my mind. It still blows my mind that just because of the color of skin. And, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm always pretty doggone good at what I do. So it's not that I did inferior work. It was only because of the color of my skin. So that poem, Skin, 30 seconds long, for me, has a lot of meaning. And I'd like to open up the floor to the stage. If anyone has any comments at all, I would love to hear them. You can chime in. You don't have to come to video if you don't want, at least not on this show. We could just get you an audio, or if you just want to type, a comment, that's fine too. And if you want to type a comment, you just hit that ask button and type the comment you want and press send. And that should work. That should. So I just checked myself, and I don't think anyone has any comments or questions. And my producer's also shaking her head. No one does. Okay. So we will put that poem, the 30-second poem called Skin, that was on WRUU 107.5 in Savannah on Barnstormer's Cookbook on last 4th of July. So that one's to bed. Now, the poem for tonight is actually a short one. Usually mine are pretty lengthy. They'll last, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. But this one's pretty short. I think it's only like a minute and a half. And it's titled Love and Forgiveness. And that is exactly what it's about. Love and forgiveness and what we need to do to help heal this country and heal the people within this country. So with that, I'm going to get right on into it. We'll need to forgive them because they are part of us, a long lost part of us. They are in us, flowing through us. We'll need to show them some love, show them some love, show them some love. Is the only way we can forgive them. We'll need to show them some love so they can show us some love. We can love each other. We are brothers and sisters and long lost cousins. We are part of each other. We are all people connected to each other as one, all together as one, love as brothers and sisters and long lost cousins. It's something we don't see. It's something we don't understand. But we are people capable of great love, but we don't understand. We are all people coming from the source, the same creator. We are all people, just made in different colors. We are all people. We just need to love. Just love and forgive. And then love. Love, love, love. All right. Love and forgiveness. Now, I will go into the lines on this poem, but this is pretty self explanatory. This one doesn't leave a whole lot of room for thought. So, in the beginning of this poem, I say we need to forgive them. And when I talk about them, I'm talking about anyone that hates anyone else because of the color of their skin or their nationality, or it could be the color of their hair. It could be that they're gay. It could be that they're lesbian. It could be that they're transgender. And people will just hate other people. But what we really need to remember is, and I go into this next spot, because they are part of us, a long lost part of us. As I said before, we all came from the same creator. Now, it doesn't matter whether you believe in God. It doesn't matter whether you believe in the Big Bang Theory. It doesn't matter how you think we got here. But basically, we all have a head, two arms, and legs. We all have the same internal organs. If you will take the premise that we started from just two, we are actually part of the two, if we use that premise. If we use it as a big bang and primordial ooze, we still came together as human beings in the beginning. It doesn't matter whether you believe we evolved from apes. Okay? We all evolve together. Okay? Into human beings. But yet all we want to do is separate ourselves from each other and try to show that one is better than the other. No. No. No, we create all of this hatred on this world. We do this. We don't know how to just love each other. We don't know how to have empathy for each other because we weren't taught that. You know, we all think our parents are wonderful and great and all of that, but our parents will tell us things that cause us to separate ourselves from other people, to cause us to make us feel like we're better than some other group of people. And parents do that because they don't know any better. And their parents' parents didn't know any better. And their parents' parents' parents didn't know any better. Going for decades and centuries, it's been going on. But now, with technology, we have the technology and the span to talk to millions of people at one time. Where in the past, we kind of spoke to one person at one time and that was it. But I can talk to hundreds and thousands, and other people can talk to hundreds and thousands. And on the downside, people that spew hatred for other people can do the same thing. But if you're someone like me that has the ability to put together a show and put this out there, and you also have enough money where You don't have to make money from this. And I'm not saying I'm rich, but I don't make any money from this show. This is part of me giving back to the community. This is part of me giving back to humanity. We all have a responsibility to do something. And it doesn't have to be something big. You don't have to give money. If you see someone that needs a helping hand, just help them. If you see you have some knowledge about something that someone else may need that knowledge to help them survive, to help them succeed, give them that knowledge. It's not that difficult to make a change. To be an everyday activist, do what you can. Help change the world. Help change people. It's really an important thing to do, especially now. With all the shootings in the malls and shooting people in malls and shooting kids in school, innocent kids, they haven't done anything to anyone. And it's getting to where society is getting used to it. Oh, it's just another shooting. Oh, that's too bad. And 10 minutes from then, you're not thinking about it anymore. Until the next mass shooting. Okay, now, in the second line, I get into, they are in us, flowing through us. We need to show them some love. And this is what I'm talking about. Even, I tell people all the time, I just love people. Even the people that hate me, the people I know hate me. But I still have some love in my heart for them. If I have hatred for them, I'm no different than them. If I have hatred from them, I could never talk to them. If I have hatred for them, I would not be able to do this show at all. There's no way. Because I'd have so much anger and hatred in me, I would speak with hatred. This is not what I want to do. Not what I want to do. Okay, what else have we got in here? So show them some love, show them some love. We are brothers and sisters and long lost cousins. And my producer.
Yes, we have a comment from Giselle.
Hey, Giselle.
She says, why do Black people always say they forgive people who kill their loved ones in mass shootings more so than other people?
That is a good question. Thank you for that question. So the deal is, being that our ancestors, most of our ancestors, if you're Black in this country, were slaves, torn away from their country and brought here and separated. So the tribe they belong to, they don't see anybody else from their tribe. They separate us all out. So we got tribes speaking different languages and all that. We can't even communicate with each other once we get over here and we're slaves. So we learned, in order to survive, we need to help each other. And we did. We helped each other survive. People of different tribes helped to survive. Where before they may have been separated, but now they've bonded together. And we've kept that mentality to help a person in need. Now, the Bible tells us we should do that. Yes, absolutely. But in us, it's deeper than that. It's ingrained in us. It is actually like in our blood. It's like in our DNA. Help your brother that's down. Help your sister that's down. Help. Help someone in need. You know, we are really, as Black people, we are really kind, loving people. I'm not saying we never get angry. I'm not saying we don't do anything bad. But at the core, that's what we are. Yes, Jill.
This is my own question because I get asked it a lot. Does forgiving others mean they get a pass to still harm you, hurt you?
No. No, no, and hell no. You know, forgiveness is an amazing thing. But forgiveness does not mean just keep doing me the way you've been doing me. I'm not a complete idiot. No. That's the quick answer on that, Jill. I hope that answered the question. But back to Giselle. Yes, yes, we are kind, loving people. It's in us because that's how we had to live. That's why Black people in this country have a bond that we don't even talk about. Because we walk around in, let's say, a white world, a Caucasian world while we're in this country. And usually it's just one of us. It's just one of us when we're not in our neighborhood. It's just one of us. It might be just one of us in the school we go to. It might just be one of us at our job, in our office. So when we see another Black a Black person, we're like, okay, you know what I'm going through here. And they know what you're going through there just because of the color of your skin. So that's an instant bond. Here's a person we don't know. We've never met. We've never spoken to them, but we can see them and it's instant bond because we're the same. See, we understand that as people. We understand that. So, yeah, we do have a bond, but the thing is, all the other nationalities that are discriminated against against in this country really need to begin to learn that they're in the same boat as us. But they will even try to separate themselves from us, from Black people. Because no one wants to be on the bottom of the caste system. No one wants to be on the bottom. Black people are on the bottom. You can be the president of the United States just like Barack Obama was, and people of a certain color will still look down at him because they believe he's unintelligent, which was far from the truth, or they believe that he's less than because of the color of his skin. I know I keep saying insane, but it's insane. It's illogical. It's just illogical. This doesn't make sense to me. It's illogical. And then at the same time, it's human nature, which is scary. Yes, my producer.
Giselle also says forgiveness is for the person forgiving more so than the person receiving it. In order to move on and not hold on to hate, we must forgive, let go, and let God.
Absolutely. I couldn't say it better, and I didn't say it better. So, absolutely, Giselle, you are absolutely correct. In one of these poems I did tonight, it's like we do have to let go. We just need to have some love for them because hatred will turn us into them. And we don't want to become that. In another poem I wrote, yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, I'm angry. But I do not hate. I'm angry, but I don't hate. I don't wish you harm. I'm trying to love people. And I'm trying to spread the love. Yeah. Is it naive? Yeah. It's very naive of me to think I can just spread love and everything will be better. I know it won't. But that doesn't mean I should stop trying. That doesn't mean I should become a person that hates another person because they're another nationality or their sexual orientation. It's no. No way. No way. No way. And really with this poem, I don't even have to go through it anymore because I know all of you understand that poem. It's pretty straightforward. We have to stop all this hatred. Come to my show. Tell your friends to come to my show. Even if they don't like black people, tell them to come. I'd love to talk to them. Yes, Jill, my producer.
Speaking of people who came to your show, they're here tonight, but we haven't said hi to them yet.
Oh,
So
okay.
I would like to mention that Lainey, Shane, and Stefan are in the audience as well.
Lainey, Shane, and Stefan. Oh, I am so happy that you all are here. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's spread some love tonight. Yes, love, love, love. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that tonight and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Try to make a difference in this world. Now, Jill, I don't think we have any questions other than Giselle and her comments, which were great. Fantastic. Fantastic. So nothing? We got nothing? Jill's like this. Oh, no, nothing. No. Oh, yeah, crack me up.
I was going to say, I don't understand why that's so funny.
It's like
I'm just answering your question. No.
Anything, Jill?
No.
No. No. Nothing. There's nothing there. Okay. Got my own laugh. Even though this show tackles serious topics and all that, I want to laugh. I don't want to be serious all the time. Well, that's one of the reasons I only do this show every other week. Because these are heavy topics. And also, I want to thank everyone that's here in the audience tonight. And I usually do that in the beginning of the show, but I had so much stuff, I just slipped my mind. But I want to thank everybody that is here in the show and that did come here tonight, even if you stayed for a little while and left, and maybe you're going to listen to the replay later. I don't know. But I do want to thank you for coming here, because this show does cover difficult topics. And for you to just be in this show, to be in the audience, in my opinion, makes you an everyday activist. That you are doing something to make a difference. Something you may have heard on this show. Maybe it was from me. Maybe it was from Giselle. Will give you a better idea on maybe how we should live or how we should interact with each other and all of that, which can make a difference. How we interact with each other in this country makes a difference. Yes, Jill.
This may make you laugh because it made me laugh when I read it.
Okay.
Giselle says, did you guys know that social media was saying that the 4th of July was the Juneteenth after party?
No, I did not know. I did not know
Some
that.
people on social media were saying this.
I didn't know that, Giselle. Thank you. That got me a laugh. It sure did. That's an after party. Well, actually.
And by the way, I know I said happy birthday to you, Giselle, but Giselle was born on Juneteenth.
Happy
her
birthday.
Not the Juneteenth, not the Juneteenth.
Not the year.
Not the year, but Juneteenth is her birthday.
1865. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You even had to say that she wasn't born in 1865.
Well, some people take things quite literally, so I just want to be clear.
Black don't crack. I've taken it to a new level.
Some people take things very literally. Trust me.
It's a trip. Well, I just said black don't crack, and I very rarely ever say that. Very rarely ever. But, it was a good opportunity to use that. But, and that poem that I played earlier that I had done on WRUU in Savannah, 107.5 on the dial. Here it said, through some eyes, my skin is smooth. See, Black people's skin tend to be nice and smooth. And we age well. I got the young gene. Jill has the young gene.
So does Giselle.
And so does Giselle. That's why she may have been born in 1865. None of us look our age. And people can hate us for that too. It's just.
You're welcome, Giselle. Giselle says, thank you, Jill, for my birthday shout out. It could have been 1865.
It could have been 1865. Yeah. All right. Well. I think I'm going to close this show out. We're getting close to an hour. Which is surprising. Oh, Jill is clapping. She's like, you always run your shows long, but not tonight. Going to finish early. And check this out. See, this is what I am not. So somebody said, ow, yeah. Who was that? We can see who that. Giselle said that. Ow, yeah, end the show. That's all right. Hey, but let me tell you what I'm going to do after this show. As soon as this show is over, I'm going to go down to the kitchen and I'm going to get a big old slice of watermelon. And I love watermelon. I'm not afraid to say it. I love watermelon. Yes, it's good. And it's good for you. So I'm going to get some watermelon. And I'm not ashamed to say that. See, it's so bad that they have made so many bad jokes racist jokes about black people eating watermelon that a lot of us don't want to admit that we eat watermelon. Okay? They stigmatize a fruit so badly and made us feel so badly about eating it that we're afraid to admit that we eat it. And by the way, there would not be any watermelon industry if only black people ate watermelon. Other people eat just as much watermelon as we do, but they stigmatized it to we're ashamed of it. And that really gets me upset. This is probably the most upset I've been the whole show. I still love, but you think about that. Something that simple. Again, mind-boggling, insane. Poof. Okay, now it's the end of the show.
I like fried chicken.
I like fried chicken too. A lot of people like fried chicken. All right, folks. Yes, we are closing the show out. Again, I want to encourage everyone in the audience to be an everyday activist. I also want to encourage you to be love and show love. Be love, show love. This is how you interact with people on a day-to-day basis. Be love, show love, and do something different. Do something different. Through your life and your everyday life, just do something different. Change your routine. Go somewhere different. Just do something different. Go to an event you maybe never went to before. Do something different. Okay, the music you're hearing now is called Choral, and it's by 29 Beats. And the music I played during the Love and Forgiveness poem was called Fearless, and that's by Dreamland Beats. The next show is going to be on July 22nd, and the poem I'm going to do is Can We See? Can We See? Again, I want to thank the audience for coming tonight. Everyone that's here, you are being an everyday activist. Everyone that was here and left the show, you too are being an everyday activist because you did come, stay, and listen a bit. So, I want to thank my producer, Jill. She keeps me straight. People that know Jill know that she keeps me straight. Okay, she keeps me straight. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I would be lost without her. And again, I love you all. I love everyone in the audience. I love the people. I have love for people that hate me too. So keep living, keep loving, and we'll check you out on the 22nd. So let's see, we're going to get rid of some video. And then we're going to end this show.